Hi. So today is February 2nd, 2024. 1 week ago today, on January 26th, 2024, it was a Friday, my husband Howie and we started a new YouTube channel to do a little experiment because we had a couple questions we wanted to flesh out. The first question was, what does it feel like to put yourself out on social media today and to expose yourself to feedback from complete strangers? We have this question because we are a couple of Gen Xers raising children in the digital age. We both grew up and thank goodness we came of age before smartphones and social media. And these influences seem pervasive. And I'm wondering particularly what it feels like to be a young person. Not that I can actually experience the young person part, but what does it feel like to expose yourself like this on social media? What kind of feedback do you get from these strangers? The other thing is, I teach college and I have mostly college freshmen in my classes. Like, this attention economy seems like the future. It seems like there will be a lot of people earning income from putting themselves out there and capitalizing on other people's attention, their time. And I wonder what that feels like. Second question we had was, what if we spent up to, but absolutely no more than 30 minutes a day just recording ourselves as we go about our day and then posting quick shorts that have absolutely no production quality to them? Just very simple, non-invasive kind of shots of how we live our lives. Could we, in 1 year of doing that, monetize a channel? Could this be some sort of income source for average people who have access to a phone and the internet? And where I'm going there is, I'm wondering if the attention economy and creating content that's really not anything other than you living your life. Perhaps this is something that it doesn't matter what your socioeconomic status is. This is a way to earn income, but at what cost? So we are 1 week in of posting authentic glimpses of our life on YouTube. And so far, my thoughts are it's not for the faint of heart. And the comments that we're already getting as a nothing channel, are mostly negative. And I expected that, of course. But it is astonishing. It's not surprising, but it's still astonishing to me how entitled men feel to comment, to share unsolicited comments on my appearance, particularly. Of course, they don't like my hair because I don't look like what they want me to look like. That's a big thing. And I'm not surprised by this. I've been a woman living in this culture for over 40 years, and I'm used to men sharing their unsolicited opinions and feeling entitled to lots of things. But it is astonishing to me to see it in play out on YouTube right now. And the other thing that I'm wondering is, I keep imagining, what if I were a younger person, a teen, a tween, a young adult, posting videos, really true glimpses of my life on YouTube and looking for affirmation and validation. And instead, I receive a bunch of critical commentary. I think it would feel really bad. And again, I am so grateful that I grew up and came of age pre iPhones, pre social media apps, and also in an era where being a follower and being a poser were like the two worst. Those were the two worst things you could call somebody when I was a kid and a young adult, a follower or a poser. And feels like today all you want to do is follow other people. And posing, is pretending you're something you're not, is really the name of the game, it seems, with social media. So it's another observation. I find it really interesting and maybe a little scary to think about growing up in an era where looking at other people and exposing yourself and trying to fit in and pretend you're something you're not are the ethos of the culture. It feels very destructive and negative. The other thing with this experiment is we said to ourselves, we will spend up to 30 minutes a day posting these YouTube shorts that we're not going to spend a lot of time editing or even thinking about. And we were really curious if that was going to get in the way of us just authentically living our lives as we usually do. So we go to the gym a lot. We work out 4 days a week. We lift weights together. And just this week, we wanted to shoot doing different exercises on our shoulder and tricep day. And already we found it was really hard. It's very hard to shoot a video when you're lifting really heavy weights because you need a spot. And so after one exercise, we were like, oh, should we do another? We actually considered for a hot minute doing another rep with just a low weight to get a video. And so already we're feeling how recording your life for the purpose of sharing it on social media can feel like you're going to start, it can almost encourage you to start living really inauthentically and setting up a scenario if you don't get the shot when you're really doing something. And if we're susceptible to that, we didn't do that. We didn't do the fake set, but it's really scary to me because if we are susceptible to that as people who are really we're really committed to not living our lives on a phone and not using the phone too much and not doing things for other people. I really wonder how much young people are just pretending and doing things that aren't actually a part of their day because they want to get a good shot out of it. And that, I think, is the scariest thing for me as a mom raising children in the digital age, because I don't want... I would hate to think that my babies were growing up and, doing something for a camera, especially if there's a camera in front of their face all the time. So that was our first instance this week of being tempted to become posers, to do something fake for the camera. And by and large, the interactions on our channel are really negative. Some people... one genre of comment, of course, is unsolicited commentary about my appearance. And then there's this other genre of comment that's kind of coming up. It's a motif of people enraged because they feel that they wasted their time spending the 8 seconds to watch our short, that they post a comment telling us that we are wasting their time. And there's this like real rage associated with that. And the thing that I find so fascinating about that is these are people sitting on YouTube scrolling through videos, and then they're upset and telling us we're wasting their time by providing content that they take even more time to leave a comment. This feels almost like a symptom of victim culture where someone is blaming me for wasting their time, but they're the ones sitting there choosing to look at YouTube. I'm totally fascinated. I'm equal parts fascinated and horrified at this point, probably a little more horrified. We told ourselves we'll stick it out for at least 3 months and see what happens. And the ideal is to stick it out for a year, but we will not last that long if it starts interfering with our life. Our life right now, we have a really good rhythm going on. We are doing things that are really aligned with how we want to live. And I'm really curious to see how our way of living and our way of thinking about what we do, if that changes because we're putting a camera in front of our own faces. So one weekend, I'm really shocked already by the response that people are even watching our videos and responding. It's the numbers are scary because I think that means there's just billions of people staring at phones all day long on this one particular platform. And we have 30 followers for the channel after a week, which is also pretty astonishing that people care and that they're following. And we'll see how this goes. I feel about 10% regret that we're starting it, but 90% just fascination and my academic curiosity. I've been an academic for 20 years, and I think there's a curiosity that comes with my particular profession and way of thinking about my work that makes it insatiable, my curiosity, but also hard to look away once I find something that's like really interesting. So I'll check back again next week.